Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a very entrepreneurial doctor who is growing 2 fast companies in North Texas. Her journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
So for the last number of years, I've been seeing an anti-aging doctor, and part of the routine is every 3 months they draw my blood to make sure that I've got enough vitamin A, B, C, and D. And I get to meet a lovely young lady named Viki Gutierrez. And I started to talk to her about, what it is her company does and how they do it. And she says, you need to meet my boss because we've got one of the fastest growing mobile phlebotomy companies in North Texas. So joining us in studio, Dr. Nida Fatima and Viki Gutierrez with Filos Health. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeff, for inviting us.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the world of phlebotomy. Is most phlebotomy done in an office someplace?
Yes, that's correct. There are a lot of clinics and the hospitals and private offices where they do have phlebotomists that can do, all these different blood collection on-site in office.
Yeah, but it's so much more convenient when somebody comes to the home. And Viki set a new record. She was at my home at 6 in the morning. This is like a week ago. And she shows up with a smile on her face at 6 in the morning. So Viki, you must love this company.
I really do. I think it's fantastic. I've worked for them for several years, and I enjoy people. I enjoy what I do, and it's very easy to enjoy it when you're working for great people. Makes a big difference.
Absolutely. Let's pull up the website and scroll down the website because I want people to understand what you've created. Dr. Fatima, you have some 10,000 patients in the system, and now you're branching out. Talk a little bit about expansion.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are one of the fastest growing company in terms of phlebotomy. So it's not only about, serving patients in terms of phlebotomy services, but also providing other healthcare facility at their doorstep. So as you said, we have more than 10,000 patients right now that we are serving in DFW area. And now we are actually opening our other main office in Austin. We do have some offices in Granbury, and now we are also branching out to some other major areas, that one of which is Austin that I mentioned, and the other is going to be the Houston, San Antonio in next couple of months.
Well, I'm tremendously impressed with your success because not every doctor has business smarts. Where does this come from? At what point in your career did you decide to get away from actually treating patients to growing companies?
Yeah, it's just that I'm a people manager, so I love working with people, and I think that people deserve to have a good boss. And we have a lot of people that I have actually seen working myself as an employee, under someone's as my boss. I have seen that they do not actually are good in management skills. And I believe that people, they are really hardworking. It's just that, we have to make a team in a way that we all can serve patients. We can all help our neighbors and, make sure that we can provide them with the good services. So I think for that reason, I thought to become, start my own startup company. And the other fact is that I'm an immigrant, so, we are taught to do hard work when we arrive here in the United States. And the fact that I studied at Stanford, then I moved to Boston at Harvard. And at that point in time, I realized that there are a lot of, technology and artificial intelligence in healthcare space that's actually growing. And for that reason, I started my first company, which is Sensor AI Technology. And then I ended up with my second company, which is Filos Health, and now we are providing services to all our patients here in DFW area at their doorstep.
Yes, and I want to talk about your first company in a minute, but let's staying with Filos Health for a moment. Let's talk to Viki about what kind of boss Nida is.
Fairly easygoing, very easy to get along with, and very good at communicating. You know, one of the things that seems to fall out in a lot of employer-employee relationships is lack of communication, or just the wrong type of communication. You know, when you lead by example, you get results, and that's what Nida does. Sure. You know, it's pretty simple. You know, very straightforward. This is what we want. This is our goals. You know, are we all on the same page? That type of thing. So it's very easy to move forward from that.
And there's great communication with the patients, because I get notifications, 24 hours in advance, reminding me of my appointment. Yeah. That's AI.
Exactly. So we do have our in-house softwares, and we do have this artificial intelligence technology that helps our technician to know where they have to go in an easy and more, in an easier way, and also lets our patient understand that our technician will be there in time. So that's how we are working. We have our own patent softwares.
Which is just smart business, because, people forget, and to have that reminder on everybody's phone, time is money. You don't want to show up and ring a doorbell at 6 a.m. and they didn't know you were coming. So
It does happen. It has happened, doesn't happen often.
All right, let's talk about your first company. Dr. Fatima, tell us about Sensor AI Tech.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is an artificial intelligence company, and we are creating our first model, which is a Health We Care app. And this app is focused on just the patient. So it's kind of a medical Bible where we take into account all patient symptoms and what their daily life activity is. And then depending on their, clinical symptoms, let's say they have headache on first day and they do not have headache on the second day, but on third day they have headache again. So it not only, integrates all those clinical symptoms, but it gives, using an artificial intelligence at the back end, it gives you a differential diagnosis, and it gives you an advice. What's the next step that you have to take? Because what I have seen is that there are a lot of people, they are not aware what their symptoms are supposed to mean, because not all of them are doctors. They do not have doctors in their family. So there should be an app, like a Health We Care app, which actually can help them understand, what should be the next treatment strategy, what should be the next step. Do they need to go to the doctor? Yes. If they do, what kind of doctor they need to go? Because I do know a lot of people who are not even aware, let's say if they got pain in their ear, which doctor they have to go. Do they need to go to a primary doctor? Do they even need to go to a doctor? So That's how we created, and we are working on creating and launching this Health We Care app, where we can integrate all these patient clinical symptoms and can give them a streamlined process, to guide them what they have to go through. And in future, we will be integrating all these different hospitals and clinic in that particular app. So let's say if there is a patient and he wants to schedule an appointment with, let's say, Viki. So so they can actually just, over our app, they can just say I want to schedule an appointment with Viki, who is a phlebotomist at Filos Health, and it will do it right away using an AI at our back end. So it will make your life easy.
I love it. We're going to pull up the website just so people can get a look at this, sensoraitech.com. How long had you been working on this concept before you launched it?
Yeah, so I have been working on predictive analytics and artificial intelligence since 2019. I actually had a lot of my own publications and research that I did focus on AI technology. And then that's how I realized that this is going to be, one of the future for the healthcare facility, and the fact that people need it. And people need something which is more convenient. Just like Filos Health, we have some app which is Health We Care app that can make paper life easier. So yeah, that's how we started in 2019. And then we did all our, foundational work. And in 2023, we launched our Sensor AI technology company.
Well, congratulations, because it seems like you were ahead of the curve on this. AI didn't really come on my radar screen until ChatGPT went crazy, and now everybody's talking about AIs. So you were kind of talking about it before it was cool. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. We started in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But keeping back to Filos Health, having the human touch is still important. So people like Viki being on the front line.
Yeah.
Do you try to attract phlebotomists that have great people skills? Viki, do you want to talk to that?
Oh, we most definitely do. If you don't have good rapport with your patients, then you're just kind of left alone. We're trying to give, an experience. Filos is not just, we're not just another phlebotomy company. We do have the personal touch. In addition to all the services that we offer, when you are inviting someone into your home, you need to feel comfortable when you've opened that door and let them in. We don't just hire anybody off the street. You've got to have years of experience and a good personality and, just be someone you can trust.
Absolutely. And you have a great reputation in the medical community, don't you, Dr. Fatima? I mean, my physician has been using you for how many years? I don't even remember.
Many.
And that's because you guys are reliable, you're trustworthy, your integrity is a big part of your business. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you just mentioned about integrity, so that's the first thing that we look at. We hire only quality and reliable people, as Viki just mentioned right now. And the idea is that we want to build a great company, and we are dealing with patients that need some empathy and that need some compassion. And the fact that if our team is not right, I think we cannot put that message forward. And for that reason, all the people that we have are really good and smart.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we only have about a minute left, so let me give you both a chance to give some final thoughts. Let's begin with you, Viki. What do you want to leave the audience with?
Well, I think that Filos can offer an experience that you can't get walking into a lab. You have the convenience of being in your home. You don't have to deal with traffic or travel, especially when you're fasting. It's on your time schedule, not someone else's. You're not waiting in line and, unless I make you sit on your couch for a while. No, but, our staff is licensed and bonded, very trustworthy and reliable. And, because that's all we hire, and it starts at the top and it comes on down. We've got, good ownership, who has excellent management skills, and, it moves on down from there,
Awesome.
We only bring people in with many, many years of experience because we do deal with so many variety of patients.
Sure.
Some special needs, and so that needs to be taken into account.
Awesome. Okay, Dr. Fatima, we'll give you the final word. What would you like to leave people with?
Yeah, so the first thing I would like to thank you, Viki, for being our lab director and managing our staff. She's amazing. And then for Filos Health, I would actually say that we are providing all the patients with a high quality service. So I would actually recommend everyone to use our service and then trust in the artificial intelligence which is related to healthcare, because we are growing in terms of AI and we do need some good technology, some high quality stuff that can guide patients. And I believe that it's the right time to invest in healthcare and artificial intelligence technology and machine learning. Thank you.
Well, you've been amazing guests. We're going to end with the website, which again is philoshealth.com. Nida and Viki, thanks for coming into the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for having us.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.